Early morning, the Atlanta skyline slowly awakens. Golden sunlight begins reflecting off hundreds of aircraft parked outside the world's busiest airport. Passengers stream toward the terminals, rolling suitcases, coffee cups, flight announcements. Everyone has somewhere to be. No one imagines they're about to become part of a story. Every day, more than 300,000 people pass through Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Some are chasing opportunities, some are running from the past. Some are simply trying to get home. Most arrive, most leave. And their stories end there. But every once in a while, an ordinary traveler carries something far heavier than luggage. Not money, not weapons, not stolen property. A secret, one that has remained buried for 25 years. This is the story of the morning airport security opened one forgotten suitcase and uncovered the truth two families had spent decades searching for. Checkpoint C. The clock above security checkpoint C read 8:12 a.m. Transportation Security Officer. Elena Brooks had already screened nearly 400 passengers that morning. 15 years in airport security had taught her one lesson she trusted more than any scanner. People rarely lied with their words. They lied with their behavior. Some avoided eye contact. Some talked too much. Some smiled at the wrong moments. Some looked perfectly calm. Until a routine inspection began. Elena greeted each traveler with the same professionalism. "Good morning." "Laptop out of the bag, please." "Thank you." The line moved steadily. Parents soothed restless children. Business travelers glanced at their watches. Students laughed quietly while checking their boarding passes. Then she noticed someone different. Near the back of the line stood an elderly woman dressed in a neatly pressed blue cardigan over a cream blouse. Her silver hair was tied back. She carried only one worn navy blue suitcase. Nothing about her seemed unusual. Yet something held Elena's attention. The woman wasn't watching the departure screens. She wasn't checking her boarding pass. She wasn't looking at her phone. She simply watched the security checkpoint, almost as if she had been waiting for this exact moment. When her turn arrived, Elena smiled. "Good morning." The woman returned the smile. "Good morning." Her voice was gentle, calm, almost comforting. Elena checked the boarding pass. "Eleanor Hayes?" "Yes." "Flying to Seattle?" "Yes." "Visiting family?" For the first time, the woman hesitated, then answered quietly, "I hope so." The response lingered in Elena's thoughts, not because it was suspicious, because it sounded unfinished. The scanner stops. Eleanor removed her shoes, placed her handbag inside the inspection tray, then carefully lifted her old suitcase onto the conveyor belt. The bag disappeared into the X-ray scanner. A few seconds later, the conveyor stopped. A yellow warning appeared. The operator frowned. "Elena, you should take a look." She walked over. Years of experience allowed her to interpret X-ray images almost instinctively. Most alerts turned out to be harmless. This one was different. Beneath the suitcase lining, someone had hidden a rectangular object wrapped carefully inside several layers of cloth. Not metallic, not electronic, not explosive, simply hidden. Elena looked toward Eleanor. The elderly woman stood patiently beside the inspection table. No panic, no complaints, no attempt to explain. Elena approached politely. "Mrs. Hayes, we're going to conduct a manual inspection." The woman nodded. "I understand." Then she quietly added, "I've carried that suitcase long enough." The words caught Elena completely off guard. Two nearby officers exchanged confused glances. One passenger slowed down to watch. Elena unzipped the suitcase. Everything inside appeared perfectly organized. Neatly folded clothing, a travel-sized Bible, reading glasses, prescription medicine. Nothing unusual. She removed the clothing carefully, lifted the interior divider, then paused. There it was, a second layer of fabric, professionally stitched beneath the suitcase lining. Someone had intentionally created a hidden compartment. The surrounding terminal seemed to disappear. Even the boarding announcements faded beneath the weight of the moment. Elena reached for protective gloves. Very carefully. She cut the stitching. The compartment slowly opened. Inside rested a bundle wrapped in faded white cloth. No one spoke. Elena placed the bundle gently on the inspection table. She unfolded the cloth. One layer, then another. Inside lay several objects. A faded photograph of a smiling young couple holding a little boy beside a small airplane. A child's toy airplane with chipped blue paint. 23 unopened letters tied together with a worn blue ribbon. Several yellowed newspaper clippings from the early 2000s. And one sealed brown envelope. Written across the front, in elegant handwriting, were 4 words. To whoever finds this silence settled over the inspection area. Officer David Chen looked at Elena. "What is all this?" Eleanor finally spoke. Her voice trembled slightly. "They've been waiting 25 years. Elena carefully picked up one newspaper clipping. The headline froze her in place. "Local boy vanishes after family trip." Another clipping. "Search continues for missing 6-year-old." A third. "Case remains unsolved." Elena slowly looked back toward Eleanor. "Mrs. Hayes, whose child is this?" Tears gathered in the elderly woman's eyes. She stared at the toy airplane resting on the inspection table. For several long seconds, she couldn't answer. "Finally," she whispered. "I've spent 25 years trying to decide whether opening that suitcase would save a family or destroy another one." The terminal noise returned all at once. Passengers continued walking. Flights continued boarding. Somewhere nearby, a child laughed. To everyone else, it was another ordinary Tuesday morning. But for Elena Brooks, the day had just become something she would never forget. She reached for her radio. "Supervisor to checkpoint C." A pause. "I think we need airport police." Cliffhanger. As airport police arrive, Detective Laura Mitchell notices one newspaper clipping that matches an unsolved missing person file she studied years earlier. When she opens the sealed envelope addressed, "To whoever finds this," she discovers a handwritten confession. But it's not signed, and it raises more questions than it answers.